Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. In this video, I've got your gameplay that you've all been waiting for the Su-57. That's right, not the Felon, but the rank 1 battle rating 2.3 tank destroyer in the Russian Ground Forces tech tree. This is pretty much an American vehicle with an American gun, although, of course, combined and used by the Russians in World War II. So it's a very powerful vehicle. You have a 57mm cannon with an excellent M86 shell with about 4 seconds of reload, which is phenomenal for this sort of vehicle. Now, it might not be as fast as the modern day Su-57, but this thing is still pretty damn speedy at up to 73 kilometers per hour. Now, I know what you guys might be saying. Tankenstein, this was clickbait. Not really. This is the Su-57. So, capital. The Su-57 Felon is capital S, lowercase u. So, technically speaking, not at all clickbait, rather just poor reading skills or poor comprehension skills. Jokes aside, let's go ahead and get into a few matches here, see what we could do. This is a very rare vehicle and something that I am very lucky to own, and you know, thanks to you guys, I actually own this. But with that being said, let's get into some Su-57 gameplay. We have an enemy over here. That's why you just don't fire MGs like that all willy-nilly, because that is exactly how I knew that guy was coming. But again, you know, he's using an M2A4, which is, I think, a reserve vehicle. Regardless, this vehicle itself is pretty quick. Now, most half-tracks that I've used in War Thunder don't really feel nearly as quick as their purely wheeled counterparts. So this is a nice jump from that. And it does also have... Someone was just firing at me. It sounded like. This also has a limited turret traverse, unfortunately. But we're going to go in, see if we can get behind the enemy a little bit. There we go. Got ourselves a second kill, and we're going to have another one real soon right here. Very nice. Now, this actually has pretty damn decent explosive filler, considering it's a 47 or a 57mm shell. It's got something like 40 grams or so of explosive filler equivalent, which is pretty decent. And when you're dealing with small tanks, primarily light tanks, like what you're dealing with when you're using this, it actually gets a pretty decent amount of one-shot kills. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, this same or a very similar cannon is used on the M4A2 Ram, or M5A2, whatever the designation is. Okay, we have an enemy Locust, and he is gone, while capping a base, no less. That's what I like to see. Now, again, I mean, this thing also has a 4-ish second reload when you have an expert crew, which is phenomenal. And here we go. We have ourselves our first hit, horizontal gunner drive, and our kill. Very nice. Versus an M3. First shot was a little errant there, but, of course, this is a little bit of a funky shell, but that really gives no excuse for me aiming in a funky way. So we have ourselves some enemies here. Can I get this guy? Probably not. Ooh, maybe. Ah, only got the tank track. Didn't even actually see that guy, really. That was just by chance. And also seeing where he was firing from, I suppose. Okay, we have an enemy there. Got the driver engine and something else. Looks like that is some sort of a vehicle similar to mine. Very interesting. Is that the M3? Yes, it is. Wow. So the Americans, basically, their version of this, more or less, is a bit more powerful, but doesn't fire quite as quickly. And in my opinion, isn't necessary at this BR. But they do, of course, have a very similar version. This guy doesn't even know I'm here, does he? Now, one of the big issues with this vehicle is going to be its cannon depression. Even in the front, it's not very good. Like, as you might be able to see, there's a cutout there. That is not much cannon depression. You can only get -5 at best. And again, this is only a limited turret traverse as well. So there is a bit of an issue when it comes to overall cannon depression and things like that. Okay, we have an enemy back there. Can I land a hit? Yes, I can. Ooh, Buddy, that was against the driver, the gunner, all that sort of thing. Can this hit too? Yes, it can. However, it looks like he's mostly depleted. Got one more shot. Hopefully one more shot can lead me to a kill here. And he's already backed out. But as you can see, I mean, really quick reload speed on this thing. Even without an expert crew, it's fast. And one of the great things about it is that... Let's see, can I... You want to shoot that turret, the thing in the back there. Because that's where they're mostly going to be. And then we get the kill versus the front end of it. Not too bad. But, I forgot what I was about to say, actually. Whoops. My brain ain't working so well. Actually, I think I know what I was about to say. This vehicle only has like a 9,000 SL expert crew cost, which is fantastic. At least in my opinion. And so because of that, this is actually a very easy vehicle, typically, to expert and really get yourself that much faster reload. And again, it's not slow in the first place, but it can be a bit faster than normal. My old nemesis, the Locust. Plaguing farmers for centuries, millennia even. Biblically. Biblically, you know what I mean. Anyways, one of the most memed out vehicles in this entire game. So, I think I may have accidentally said in the intro that this is a rare vehicle. Technically, it's not. This is a vehicle that you can purchase via Golden Eagles. I actually thought it was a marketplace vehicle. I totally forgot how I purchased this thing in the first place, but no, you can get this through Golden Eagles, so technically, it's not rare, although I am still the only person that I've seen playing this thing in probably my last, I don't know, 8-9 matches where I've been trying to get some footage for this. So, that said, no, technically not rare, but that said, because it is purchasable, let's kind of go over like a mini review, right? I'll give you some strengths, weaknesses, all that. While I'm playing it, all this audio is live, mind you, so if I stutter or anything like that, that is why. Now, that being said, when it comes to this vehicle, it's very, I would say very fast. It's not very fast. It's okay, but one of the problems with half-tracks in War Thunder is just that they aren't really, like, you'd think that they would be the best of both worlds, but unfortunately they are not. They're okay. Oh, that's where he was. They're okay, but not fantastic. There's some pros and cons to them. They're not really all that fast. This actually has a pretty decent amount of reverse acceleration, but that's pretty much it. So I'd probably say it's okay in terms of mobility. 6.5, maybe 7-ish out of 10. I mean, that's pretty good, don't get me wrong. However, it's not like outright amazing. Next up, we have an enemy right here. Had an enemy right there. Thanks for telling me exactly where you were via your MG fire, which, by the way, guys, just don't do that. It's a good way to get yourself killed. Kind of like pulling out right into the middle of the open right there, and like this as well. So, as you can see, incredible cannon. For this BR, this thing has a fantastic armament. Now, it doesn't have an MG, so I have to take some points away for that, but one of its major strengths is going to be its armament. Actually, that's probably its biggest strength, is its armament. Between its really nice reload of, again, down to around 4 seconds. I think you can get this down below 4 seconds if you fully ace it. It's just wonderful. So, I mean, easily, armament, I'd give it like a 5.5, or an 8.5 rather, out of 10. The only issue that, actually maybe even higher than that, 8.75. The only major issue that I have with it, and there is an issue with it, is that I'm always in up tiers. I don't know if I've been in a single down, actually no, I do know, while recording this video, I have not been in a single down tier, which has really, really sucked, as one could imagine. It's just, even though this can easily destroy and go through pretty much all the vehicles that I have to deal with, even in complete up tiers, this can just handle them very easily. it has to deal with up tiers all the time, and that kind of sucks. You know, like, you can't really take advantage of a lot of the lower BR vehicles that you might want to. And I mean, by the way, that is probably, as much as I hate to say like an up tier, like the likelihood of being an up tier is itself a weakness, because it's not technically a weakness. It kind of is, you know, when it comes to this vehicle. It kind of is a weakness. So is not knowing where to shoot, my man. That was bizarre, but I kind of feel bad for this. Because clearly I was a new player. But, ooh, okay. He thought that, oh, so he did know where to shoot. He just shot the wrong guy. Another weakness of this is the fact, actually, you know what? Probably like an 8.5 out of 10, because the turret traverse rate and also the overall turret traverse angle that this thing has, not that good. So that is a big limiting factor. And then when it comes to survivability, this thing only has 6 millimeters of armor overall. That's it. It's only got a 4-man crew. It's extremely lacking in many, many ways. And because of that, I really just don't feel like it's all that great in terms of survivability. This thing pretty much can be killed by LMGs. With ease, no less. Okay, we have an enemy here. Should have really positioned up a little bit more, though. But we got a little bit more of a chunk off of his health right there, thankfully. And again, I mean, if you can position yourself kind of like how I'm doing here, you can get yourself a good amount of kills very easily. But overall, I'd probably give this thing like 6-ish out of 10. It's a, you know what? It's really tough for me to say, because I do want to sing praises of this vehicle, because I am a big fan of its armament, genuinely. I love its armament. I think it's wonderful, but it has so many other limitations. Like, its acceleration forward is a bit slow. Its reverse speed acceleration is obviously very nice, as I think you've seen several times in this match alone. But it just doesn't really have everything that you might want. Again, namely in that it lacks a, you know, any sort of survivability, unfortunately. But again, if you can just kind of pick off enemies from the side here. Oh yeah, and that's another thing, by the way. Cannon depression is terrible. It's got -5 at best. And when I say at best, I mean at best. Like, it's not really -5. Okay, I think I see someone over here. Right? Oh, yeah. Yep. Got ourselves a kill. And there's someone else way off there in the distance. Can't hit him, but my really nice reload should hopefully give me an edge. Yes, it will. And again, that's the power of the reload, but I'm dead. So with that said, unfortunately, the time is up for this video. So do I recommend purchasing it? I mean, if it's on sale, sure, but it's only a rank 1. It's a high BR for a rank 1 also, so you're not really going to be able to grind through much of the tech tree. But if you want something that's pretty much going to be a one-shot kill every single time that you hit an enemy with it, this is the vehicle. But like I said, it's almost always in up tiers, like complete up tiers. I've been in 2 up tiers to 3.0 BR in like 10 matches. Everything else was a complete up tier. So thanks so much for watching. Good vehicle, a lot of fun, but there are a lot of issues with it as well. Not very survivable. You guys know the deal. But that said, thanks again for watching, and I will see you all on the other side down. I'm going to get that kill. Ooh, I did. Take care, everyone.